What we have here is a 1982 JAYCO J-Flight 6. I know it's in rough shape, but I got it for free, and I thought I'll take it apart and we can learn about this thing together. The major issue with the top of it is it's got rotten wood underneath it, but a tree limb fell on it and dented the top. It also has an uncovered hole for the roof vent. I don't know what happened to the vent. Well, underneath it does have a full frame. That's a good thing. I just can't get over how low this thing sits to the ground. Those are 8-inch wheels. And of course, the tires are flat right now, but oh my gosh, this thing sits low to the ground. And the back bumper has seen its better days. It's bent and it's been dragged because it is so low to the ground. Finally got it dragged into the shop and raised the top up just to see what was inside and take an assessment of what's going on. And it was true to my nightmare. The canvas, of course, is chewed up. I was told that squirrels got after it. I've also seen evidence of rats and rat holes. So it wasn't just squirrels. In pulling all this out, I had no idea if something was going to jump out and bite me or not. So it's pretty disastrous and totally expected. As far as I understand, this thing was closed up for 10 years with the squirrels and animals were able to come and go as they pleased. The hard part about a project of this size is even knowing where to start. So I decided to start with removing the canvas and all the cloth and undesirable stuff. Hopefully I could get anything that might be alive inside of this trailer and get it out also. And I did think that leather gloves were going to be a necessity on this as well. As I said, again, not knowing if anything was going to be moving around in there, I was taking my time in getting this cut away and pulled away from its attachment points. I wanted to pull the canvas off, but I didn't want to get injured in the process. Before I started cutting everything, of course, I took lots of pictures and I also drew some diagrams of different things that I knew I was going to have to replicate in the future. As I understand it, this weighs 990 pounds dry, single axle, of course. It has 8-inch wheels and it actually has electric brakes on it. The wiring is a mess underneath the trailer. The wiring has also been chewed by animals on the inside. Finally, all the cloth was off of the trailer. I put it in a large pile, and I'm going to have to dispose of it and replace the canvas in the future. I found the curtain rod and hanging curtains. Don't they look just wonderful? I thought that the slide-out beds were just plain 3/4-inch plywood until I looked up underneath it and saw that it's got all kinds of plastic bumpers and hasp and latches on it, and they are in strategic locations. So rather than just replace them, I'm going to have to measure everything and replace all the little bumpers and attachment points. I figured in order to get access, the first thing I needed to do was start removing the door so that I could get to the interior of the trailer. Most of the fasteners on this trailer are going to be square drive. You can see my concentration face is really intense sometimes. Got to keep in mind with these pop-up camper trailers that the door is a two-part door. There's a top part and a bottom part. The top part folds up to allow the top to go down. So I successfully removed the top part, and then I successfully removed the lower part of the door. That allowed me access to the inside just to look around. I wanted to look around the inside of the top to see what I was up against and how it was fastened. And then I began the process of removing the top. I don't have an assembly manual. I don't know what fasteners hold what where. I just started on the outside, and I want to remove as much weight as I possibly can from this top so that I can take it off in one piece. There were some Phillips screws on the outside holding the trim on the front and the back of the top. But again, most of the fasteners were square drive. When I pull something off, I put it in baggies and label it for assembly later on. Then it came time to remove the eye bolts. These 4 eye bolts, there's one on each post, and they have a 7/16 nut on them, so they're 1/4 eye bolts, and the 4 of them are what holds the top to the uprights, one on each post. After I removed the eye bolts, I found out that the ends of the aluminum are stapled together. And so I got a sharp flat screwdriver and some pliers to pull the staples out with doing minimal damage to the aluminum skin. And this will be an ongoing long-term project. So the next video will come out soon, and I'll continue on with my challenge of removing the top off this trailer. See you soon, YouTube. Thanks for watching.